31-year-old Jim Walls was about to trade the quiet profession of an optician's office for something far more thrilling: the open highways of Southern California. In 1971, about to graduate from the California Highway Patrol Academy in Sacramento, he stood tall as he swore his oath to protect and serve, pledging to uphold the Constitution of the United States. For the past 7 years, he'd spent his days fitting glasses in Fresno, but now, with a badge on his chest and the academy behind him, Walls was ready to embrace life as a highway patrol officer. "13 years later, on a tense night in Los Angeles in 1984, Walls found himself racing through the streets in pursuit of a suspect behind the wheel of a stolen vehicle. The chase took a dangerous turn at an intersection when the driver suddenly jumped from the car and opened fire. A deafening blast from a Magnum 357 shattering the quiet night, and Walls' windshield. The shooter's intention to kill was clear, but in the chaos, he lost control of his own car as it began to roll forward. Walls seized the moment, leaping from his vehicle and returning fire. Though the attacker managed to flee into the shadows, he wasn't unscathed. Walls' bullets had found their mark. The man was tracked down the following day at a local hospital, attempting to explain away a self-inflicted gunshot wound. While awaiting the preliminary hearing, the suspect made his escape but was swiftly recaptured. On trial, he was convicted on all 7 felony counts and sentenced to 23 years in the notorious Folsom Prison. While awaiting transfer, the convict confided to a fellow inmate his chilling plan: to escape once more and exact revenge on the man who had shot him. True to his word, the convict pulled off a successful escape and vanished into the wind, evading law enforcement for the next 2 years. Following the harrowing incident, Walls returned to his duties, but the psychological toll of that night soon began to surface. The close encounter with death, coupled with the unresolved tension of the escaped convict he had wounded and identified, slowly unraveled him. What began as restless nights soon spiraled into severe sleep deprivation and anxiety attacks, a delayed yet profound traumatic response that could no longer be ignored. By 1985, Walls was placed on administrative leave, allowing the department to assess his mental state and determine whether he could continue in his role. As he grappled with uncertainty about his future, fate took an unexpected turn. At the time, Walls and his family were living in Coarsegold, a quiet town whose name still echoed with the memory of California's mid-19th century gold rush days. 7 miles up the road, in Oakhurst, in the foothills of the scenic Sierra Nevada mountains, a modern-day gold rush was taking place. Not for gold, but for high-tech entertainment. In just a few years, Sierra Online had transformed Oakhurst into a vibrant hub for computer software and game development, becoming one of the region's largest employers. Ken and Roberta Williams' company had woven itself into the fabric of the community, fueling the local economy and providing livelihoods for countless residents. Behind the wooden walls of the custom-built Redwood headquarters, Ken and Roberta were turning their dream into reality. A sanctuary for master storytellers, artists, designers, writers, and programmers, far removed from the chaos of the big city. With a businessman's mindset, Ken was always on the lookout for new opportunities to expand his company and diversify its portfolio of games. He understood the demands of a rapidly growing consumer market and was determined to satisfy it and his investors. At the time, police-themed movies and TV shows like NBC's Hill Street Blues were captivating television audiences, yet the gaming world had barely scratched the surface of the genre. Sensing a huge untapped opportunity, Ken began toying with the idea of creating a police-oriented adventure game. However, he knew this project needed more than just a great concept. It required a designer who deeply understood police procedures, someone with first-hand experience in the field and the stories to back it up. During a routine visit to his hairstylist Donna, knowing her husband was a police officer, Ken casually mentioned his latest vision for a police-themed game. Intrigued, Donna mentioned that her husband, Jim Walls, was currently on leave from the force and possibly facing early retirement. Williams' interest sparked immediately. Here was someone with exactly the first-hand experience he needed. Without a moment's hesitation, he handed Donna his business card and urged Walls to get in touch. Williams was never afraid to take risks when it came to hiring. He didn't care if someone lacked computer or programming skills. For him, it was all about finding the right person to bring authenticity to the game. And he sensed that Walls might just be the missing piece to make his vision a reality.